All right, welcome back. I am here. There has been a change of plans. I think Mr. Herman Holloway is going to be on at 9:30 from 10, so I'm going to be on from now until 9:30. And Sam Guy was here earlier. I wish that he would have stayed. If I would have known that I was going to be on, I would have definitely asked him to stay. I think we had a great conversation last Sunday about politics and community, and I definitely want to invite him, and hopefully he'll invite me on his the time that he has, just so we can continue. He can continue to mentor me. I can learn from him, and he can teach us just how politics works in the city of Wilmington. Again, I think we definitely have to support him in his run for city council at large. He is going to be a great addition to city council. He just brings so much knowledge and so much passion for people. So definitely looking forward to working with Sam starting in January. But I do have my own election that I have to win. I do have a Republican opponent in November. So I want to thank everyone who has supported me just recently in the last election and over the years, over my first 2 terms. And hopefully I can continue to earn your trust, and you will support me again in November. And we can continue to serve. And I want to do a few different things this next term as far as politics and bringing information to you on Channel 28 on Sundays. I want to start having almost like a political section where we just talk about different civic association meetings that are coming up to keep you informed, and so you can go and be a part of them. I want to have civic presidents come on the show and talk about their vision for different districts throughout the city, but specifically the 2nd district. I want to do I just want to increase the involvement of the community in politics. I am going to take some calls, so you can call and talk about whatever is on your mind. Live calls, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. But until then, until anyone calls, I just want to talk about where we are, I think, politically in the city. You know, we had a lot of turnover the last election, and I think that's a good thing. I think that the new people coming on council will be very refreshing. They're going to come with new ideas, new visions for the city. And a lot of people are concerned that so many new people are going to be on council, but the people who have won so far and hopefully will win in November are people who are just community driven. They have a passion for people. So I don't think there's going to be any real concern for us not being a council who can help move Wilmington forward. I do want to have all of them on within the next couple of weeks just to introduce themselves, and some of us have opponents in November, some don't, so I want those who do have opponents. I know Vash Turner has an opponent. He's running for the 5th district. He has an opponent, so I want him to come on just so he can tell you his vision and ask for your support, and that you will be able to support him in November, those of you who live in the 5th district in Wilmington. He had a community day today, and it was a great time. He had an awesome turnout. He had food for the children. He had dance contests. It was just a really good time over on the west side, right by Hicks Anderson Center. And that's the passion that he's going to bring, to City Council. He's he's community oriented. He's always done things for the community. He hasn't just started since he decided to run for City Council. So I definitely want Vash to come on here and to just tell you about himself, and so you can get to know him. Rashima Dixon, I want to congratulate her. I also want to congratulate Yolanda McCoy. Rashima is one of the at-large members who, she'll still have to earn your vote in November. Yolanda McCoy, she's going to be our new 6th district council person, and I want to get to know her myself. I want you to get to know her. I think it's important for us to, this term, and I think Hanifa Shabazz, I want to congratulate Councilwoman Hanifa Shabazz for being the first female to be the president of City Council. I think she's scheduled to come on within the next couple of weeks also, and she'll share her vision for council. She's already has reached out to the different council members just to try to bring us, together and see, how we feel about things that need to happen in each of our districts. And looking forward to just working and working for you. and getting information and take it from you and taking it back to City Council. I think it's going to be a great time. Whoever our mayor is, I think that we have to work with him, whether it's Steve Washington or whether it's Mike Krzyzewski, or if Rob Martin, who's a Republican candidate, if he gets in there. I think we have to just work together and just keep Wilmington and keep the people in the forefront, and not get caught up in anything that has happened in the past. We had the grand opening for something over in the second district today. The Sugar Bowl, that has been a project that has been under renovation for years, and I definitely want to thank all the friends of Wilmington Park and all the other leaders who made today a reality. Had a great time. They had face painting for the children. They had a live band out there. It was that's a beautiful place, and I'm looking forward to doing some things for the second district in that area. It's right on Boehner Boulevard, near Boehner Boulevard and Washington Streets, where they meet. There's a structure there. It's called I keep on wanting to call it the Sugar House. But let me take this call right here. But it's great. I talked to potential Mayor Mike Krzyzewski about maybe incorporating some of the jazz festival right there in that area. And we can have maybe one of the smaller acts come there. That's a huge area to come out there and help the second district to be a part of the jazz festival, so we can get the residents to not have to walk.
What are you doing? Y'all said this up by 2016. What y'all gonna do? You ain't doing shit. You're promising, ain't shit. I'm telling you what God loves.
Yes, ma'am. How can I help you? Hello? 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 I don't know if you were able to hear, but she said we keep making promises but not doing anything. And that's something that we have to listen to. We have to listen to the community and see if what they want is what we're doing. So I don't mind those kind of calls. If she wants to call back and be more specific about what she wants to see in her community, please call back, ma'am, and let's talk about it. I think we have to take the good and the bad. That's part of being a politician and being in politics and being community leaders. We have to take the bumps and the bruises along with the praises and the accolades. So I had no problem at all with those kind of phone calls. So, ma'am, if you want to call back, or if anyone wants to call and just talk about what's on your mind, that's why the phone lines are open, not screening any calls. Whatever you want to talk about, we're going to talk about. And I guess the main thing is to talk about solutions. It's one thing to talk about how things aren't going in a certain direction that you may hope for them to have been going in, but let's talk about solutions and how we just move our city forward. And I think that happens household by household, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. I put a challenge out there for a lot of you last week about getting to know your neighbor. So if you took up that challenge, and if you got to know your neighbor, if you got to know your civic group, call me back, call me up, and let me know your experience. Hi, how may I help you?
Hey, Trip, this is Big Key, man.
Hey, what's going on, Big Key?
All right, man, I just want the city to know that the race ain't over yet, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Krzyzewski didn't win the mayorship yet.
Right.
It's not over. It's still wide open, and I just want people to vote for Brother Steve Washington, the independent. You know, we need to push that a lot. I know it seems like it's silent, like the city is dead. I walk in the county building, and it seems like everybody's died. But there's still hope for the black community.
Okay, all right, thanks, Big Key. And yeah, we're gonna have Steve Washington, who is running for mayor as an independent candidate. He's gonna be on here, I think, within the next couple of weeks also, just so you can get to know who he is, and you can see if you're gonna give him your support or not. It's important, like Big Key just said, it's not over. The Democratic candidate has always won traditionally, but there is an independent candidate and there's also a Republican candidate. So just stay informed and vote for who you think will be best for the city. Hi, how may I help you?
Hi, Trippi. It's Miss Jeanette.
Hey, Miss Jeanette, how you doing?
I'm doing well, sweetheart. Question.
Yes.
What can we do to get a hold of our representatives for our district?
Okay.
I personally had called council chambers to get a hold of the representative person in my area,
Mm-hmm.
and I was given 3 different people's names. And when I asked for phone numbers, I was told that their numbers were unlisted. So
Okay.
you leave messages and you don't get return phone calls. What do we do?
Was it on the council level or state level?
In the city of Wilmington,
You were looking for were you looking for your city council representative or your state
representative, yes.
Okay. Call me on my cell phone, and I will get you in contact with your city council representative. My number is 218-8630.
8630.
218-8630.
Okay, so why do they tell you when you call council chambers that the council person's numbers are unlisted? I mean, if they're
Yeah.
represent the people,
Yeah,
you need to be able to get a hold of them.
that's true. That definitely shouldn't be the case. When did you call?
This was about a month ago.
Yeah, okay. I have to take that up with. I'll let President Gregory know what happened, just to make sure that everyone who is answering the phone is informed. But
Okay.
Our numbers are definitely open for anyone who needs them.
Okay, honey. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Uh-huh.
All right, give me a call later.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Okay. I lost my train of thought. But again, I just want to, I guess I want to do a better job of informing on the viewing audience on politics and how it's running. I want to have different politicians come on more, just so we can, just stay in the loop and get more people involved in how things work and how our city runs. And whoever the next mayor is, I think that is very important, that they just put the right people in those key positions that are dealing with our constituent services, people who are taking the phone calls when residents have concerns that they want to be addressed. It's important that they're polite and courteous, that they have the information that our residents need to help to get the problem solved, or if not, that we're able to get back with them and respond in a timely manner with information that they need to hear. Excuse me. Hi, how may I help you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
If you could tell me, years ago, we had a fitness craze here in the city of Wilmington.
Okay.
And corporate Wilmington would park in my area, which is the 22nd and Boehner Boulevard, your
Okay.
area, as a
Yes,
matter
ma'am.
of fact. And they started giving out parking stickers.
Okay.
Well, the fitness craze is over. They no longer park in this area, but I'm upset because I got a $40 ticket parked in front of my house,
Okay.
and I really appreciate that. So I would like to know how we can get rid of this these parking stickers, because you don't have them in any other area across Boehner Boulevard, across by Salesiana School. We don't have that. Only in this area. So what can I do?
Okay. If you don't mind, I don't want you to give your number off over the air, but if you can, I'm going to give you my number. But may I have your name, please?
My name is Temple.
You said Temple?
Yes.
Okay. If you can call me right after I go off the air, call me at 218-8630. 218-8630, and we can try to figure out where we go from there, okay? Were you able to write it down? Ma'am? Okay, if you're still there, 218-8630. Okay. Also, one of my initiatives for the district this upcoming term will be there was a group that used to meet under the leadership of Devin Henson. It's called the 2500 Civic Group. Devin has moved out of the area, so I want to get that group with the help of other district leaders up and running again, just so that area can have some representation and have some civic meetings again also. Hi, this is Trippi. How may I help you?
Hi, Trippi. This is Pastor D.
Hey, Pastor D.
Hey, Trip. Just a couple of thoughts, and thanks for your thoughtful remarks.
All right, thank
To
you.
the city. You got the right attitude, brother. One is something that we better do. Two thoughts to the city, Trip. One is, as a people, and I know that we are saying a lot in the name of blackness or in the name of our culture.
Okay.
Well, what we better do immediately is first be grateful, express gratitude, and give thanks to God for those programs and things that Dennis Williams did implement. You'll notice that the violence has gone down somewhat and continues to go down, and that's because the man did have some very strong initiatives started, and we got to make sure that the good things don't get stopped with the incoming administration. And the second thing, and I'll finalize with that, is this, Trip.
Okay.
If we are indeed concerned about our people, then we have to first begin to forgive and love and treat our people with respect. Even those that campaign for Mr. Persicki, that race is over, and now we've got to heal and help one another, turn to one another, stop talking about one another, and forgive. If we can't do that, it doesn't matter who is in the mayor's office. We are self-destructing or destroying ourselves with the hatred we express toward each other.
All right,
My
that's a good
sincere
point.
feeling as to where our energy should go.
All right, I appreciate that, and you're right. I appreciate those
All right.
comments, Pastor D.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right,
Have a good night.
You too. Yeah, I'm going to touch on a couple of things that Pastor D talked about. I have been saying it for years, but I think Dennis did do some really good things, for our community. But I just think that it's, I think he tried to. I mean, he loves Wilmington so much that he tried to do too much, and he promised too much, as anyone would do. I think I've done the same thing, but I think that I think our emphasis and our focus can't be on whoever the mayor is to try to stop violence. That's impossible. The mayor cannot change the mentality of a person to want to hurt someone or not. The police cannot do that. I think that comes from community. I think that comes from family. I think that comes from education. So whoever the next mayor is, there are things that the mayor can do to reduce crime, but for us to expect that person to drastically reduce crime isn't fair, and it's taking the focus and the attention off of where it really needs to be, and that's education. That has to be at the forefront of our political system this term. We have to do a better job of educating our children, starting almost at birth. So for us to think that putting more police on the streets will make someone want to not hurt someone is not true. If someone wants to hurt someone, they're going to hurt them, and we have to do a better job of changing that mentality where it's okay and it's accepted and it's almost praised to hurt someone or to be someone who is known in the community, in the neighborhoods for hurting people. That's what we have to change, and I don't think that the police can do that. Other thing, hold on 1 second for me, please. Other thing that Pastor D touched on was that we do really need to get over the election that happened last month, and we just have to work together, regardless of on any level, city, state, every level. We have to just work together, work with who the people have chosen, and just keep the community and the people in the forefront. And those who were not successful, please do not go away. You've done a lot for our community. Hopefully, you will always stay in the position and stay in the forefront of wanting to help Wilmington to be a better place. It may not be in an elected office, but most people who were in those offices were helping our community before they became politicians. So hopefully they'll continue to do the same and help us who are elected to do what we need to do. Yes, how may I help you?
Hello.
Yes.
Is this a call in for the TV station?
Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Oh yes, I was calling. My name is Miss Shawn,
Okay.
and I'm calling from the West 29th Street area.
Yes.
And I was just calling to say that I hope that this upcoming representatives that are elected don't pass the buck, because I had called about a year and a half ago in reference to the intersection of 29th and Market.
Okay.
It's very dangerous. And I was trying to get a stop sign on the Market Street side, like coming from 30th Street,
Okay.
going towards Wilmington. And I was talking to the councilman for this area, and he kind of like passed the buck along and put it on the state.
Okay. I can address that for you. That is, Market Street is actually a state road, but we do have to work with the state, because we can't do that on city council. Some streets are under city council jurisdiction, so that we can initiate the process for stop signs. But unfortunately, Market Street is known as Route 13, and Route 13 is it's a state-owned street. So we have to work with the representative. I think it might be Charles Potter, to help that process. And I can, if you call myself. No, see, Namdi's on city council, so,
Okay.
so we just have to work with Charles Potter in starting the process to see if the state will put a stop sign on 29th and Market.
So how do we address that? Do we have to contact Charles Potter
You should, but we
directly, or?
Yes, you should. But if you call me, I can get you his number. Call me on my cell phone and leave your message, or text me and leave your name and information, and I can get you in touch with Charles Potter. My number is 218-8630. You can either call or text me.
Okay, 218.
8630.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, the time has come to an end. I think it's just about 9:30. I enjoyed your phone calls. I enjoyed the conversation. Again, this is something I want to do a lot more of weekly. So I'm not going to wait until January. I'm going to start doing this weekly, where we just have conversations with each other and help solve problems like we just did. Unfortunately, I can't take that call. My time is up, and they're giving me the signal that I have to end. So thank you again, and stay tuned for Herman Holloway. All right, quickly, just before Mr. Holloway comes on, just want to make an announcement. Please come out for the 53rd anniversary celebration of the McCants Relations Singers at 3 p.m. at Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church. That's 3079 Newcastle Avenue. It's going to be on October the 16th. Once again, October the 16th at Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church, the 53rd anniversary celebration of the McCants Relations Singers at 3 p.m. All right, I'm going to take a break, and Herman Holloway will be on next.